Alright, so it's been 10 months since I made the decision to fully go bald and cut my hair. It's crazy that it's already been 10 months. I wanted to make a second video just kind of talking about everything that I went through during the whole entire process of being bald. As you can see, some of my hair is growing, got facial hair coming in now. Not sponsored, but I'm using this. This is the Pitbull Gold Shaver. This right here is probably the best shaver that I've used so far. I always feel like the back is the hardest because that's also the thickest part of where the hair is. One of the things that nobody told me before I actually fully went bald was the amount of maintenance it requires to maintain a bald head. Before, when I had hair, like, I had everything. I had curls, I had waves, I had braids, I had everything. Personally, I like the clean look. I like when it's like you can't see any grain of hair on your head. In order for me to achieve that, I have to shave my head every single day. You know, now it could be different for everybody. My hair grows back very fast, just not in the right places, obviously, which means that I have to cut it every single day, or if anything, every other day. But there'll be like little spots where the hair just doesn't go away. The head of this is so big where it just doesn't get all the corners. So what I would do to fix that is sometimes I would just go over it with the actual razor just to like clean it up and just like very lightly just go over the spots that doesn't really come off with this. All right, so that's the head shave. It's looking pretty clean so far. There's definitely some spots on the back that I need to kind of go over. But what I'm going to do first is kind of just wet the area that I need to kind of get. Now, I don't do this all the time because, again, this is like that maintenance part that kind of adds time or it takes a while. So you don't have to do this. Another thing that I didn't realize was how long it actually takes for your head to tan. The next day after I filmed that video, I was flying to Puerto Rico. So the sun was beaming on my head every single day. But I was there for like a good week. I still came back and my head was still not tan all the way. So it definitely takes a while. Keep that in mind. But when it does fully tan, it looks so much better. All right, so I try to wet my head a little bit. My camera is definitely gonna die. Once you have your head wet, you wet your razor. And of course, you wanna use shaving cream, but I'm gonna go on the back of my head first. So I'm literally just gonna put this on the back of my head, the corners, rub it in. Dang, this is a mess, bro. I should have used my right hand. I really used my left hand, my non-dominant. I'm gonna go very lightly, especially with the razor, and just go up. So right now I'm just getting all the spots that I couldn't get before. So like behind my ear, and I'm trying to stretch out the skin a little bit. Going very lightly, not trying to irritate it, cause any damage, any cuts. And I also go kind of like behind the ear. Oh, that's really in my ear actually. I usually do this with my right hand. I'm using my left hand, my non-dominant hand, so this is like it's not usually this messy, I'm not gonna lie. This is it's a little out of control right now. Like I said, I just kind of go right behind the ear to get all those spots. Same thing with this side. Again, not trying to cut my eyebrow. Like right here, that spot, and then there was another spot here. Okay. So when I first decided to cut my hair, I wasn't as self-conscious as I thought I would be. I thought that when I cut my hair, I thought that I was going to be very nervous. I thought I was going to be wearing a hat all the time to try to like hide it and all that stuff. I feel like I was pretty quick on accepting it, and that allowed me to embrace the look, embrace the change fully. Especially being 23 at the time, there wasn't a lot of people my age that was bald. Especially in my friend group, especially around me at work, whatever. I was scared that I was going to be judged. I felt perfectly fine going out in public when I was like going to the store, shopping, whatever. You know, I had no hat on, I was just free. And I think it's easier to feel confident when you don't know people. That's like their first time seeing you. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what you look like with hair. They don't know what you look like previously. Where I did feel self-conscious was in the workplace. When I was going to work, sometimes when I would be around people my age, I feel a little self-conscious, and then that's where I'd start to overthink again. I was scared that they were going to judge me and all this stuff, but after 10 minutes, nobody cares. The subject changes. Everybody goes on about their day. As soon as I realized that, I began to get very confident. I began to embrace a new look and embrace a change and be okay with it. I'm not gonna lie, facial hair is a part that I really struggle with. When I first cut my hair, I was trying to figure out, okay, maybe no facial hair is probably the best route for me. I was rocking the no facial hair look, and I thought it was alright. I didn't really like it that much, if I'm being honest. I went through this phase of just trying to grow out everything. So I had the mustache, the beard. It did not look clean at all. It wasn't connecting. But like I said, at the time, I really just did not care. So I was just like trying to grow it out, see what worked. I was trying to figure out what facial hair I wanted to keep or style. And personally, I think the goatee looks the best. What I started doing too was actually trimming down my beard. Woo! Oh, that's hot. That's hot. That's hot. Aye. That's spicy. Alright, so this is the look. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Clean shaved, fresh shaved. Hey, this is the equivalence of literally going to the barbershop and walking out with a nice clean fade, a nice clean lineup. Like, come on. I still get that feeling. I'm not gonna lie. I still get that feeling. At the end of the day, have full confidence in yourself. Just be you. Your hair doesn't define who you are. Those of you who decide to fully cut it and go fully bald and embrace it, a big shout out to you, because I'm gonna tell y'all right now, it does take a lot of confidence. Be happy, embrace it. You look good. You look good. I got so much awesome feedback from the first video that I posted when I fully went bald. So I want to thank each and every one of you who left a comment, who liked the video, who even watched, because it really does mean a lot. And it definitely was a little bit of a confidence booster. So shout out to y'all.